Hello guys, today in this tutorial I will build out a React.js pagination kind of an application where you will be able to upload files, images inside a grid-like structure, and also will be having a delete button to delete the images. So it's basically a CRUD kind of an application with pagination. So currently if I show you, this is my React.js front end which is running on localhost 5173, and this is the interface. We are basically having choose file button where user can able to choose image files and upload this inside the backend server where we are running Node.js and Express. This is our, let me show you. This is a Node.js where we will store all the images public uploads folder. Currently this folder is empty, so that's why you are seeing no files. If I now select here some photographs that should be uploaded, if I select 8 files, click on upload images. So now it will be showing you in this manner, guys. It will create the pages. You can see the pagination will be there. This is the first page. So I have configured that 4 images will be shown per page. So if you navigate to the next page, the next 2 images will be shown here. So if you upload some more images, guys, so let's suppose if I select here all these images, click on that. Now you can see, guys, it will basically create some more pages depending upon how many images you have selected. So you can go to the second page, third page, fourth page, fifth page, sixth page. So at any moment of time, guys, you can change the pagination limit, how many images you want to show per page. So this you can configure inside the React.js library. We are using react-paginate library. We are using for the pagination in React.js. And here you can control. Let's suppose I want to display 8 images per page. So now it will, if you refresh now, so 8 images will be shown right here, guys. You can see that. So now 8 images will show per page. If I go to the next second page, the next 8 images will show, third page, fourth page. So we also have the previous page and the next page buttons as well. You can navigate in the pagination here. So you can see this is kind of an application we will be building here. The back end we will build using Node.js and Express, and the front end we are using React.js. We are using latest version React.js 18 and the Node.js 20 version we are using, and we are using a library, a package for the pagination. We are doing it in the client side, which react-paginate. This is a library that we are using, guys. It's a component for pagination in React.js. It's a very popular one. It's almost got 425,000 weekly downloads. So simple command is there, npm I react paginate. We are using this library, and that's all. So in the next section, guys, we will basically build out the the backend for this application. If you need the full source code, guys, of this project, I have given the link in the description. It will contain both the backend and the front end of this application. You can directly purchase it from PayPal in United States dollar, or you can go to Stripe and purchase it in Indian rupees. So both the links are given in the description of the video. So I will meet you in the next section where I will build out the backend API for this application. Guys, one feature I forgot to tell you, there is basically for every image out there, you will see there is a delete button out there. If you see below the image, we have a delete button. So if you want to delete it in the CRUD application, basically all these image files will be deleted per page. You will see, just it will make a post request automatically. You will see that now only this much of images are remaining. So we are basically pressing the delete button, and what it is doing right here, it is deleting the files from the backend server. So in this public uploads folder, guys, we are storing all these image files. Now you can see only handful of images are remaining. We have deleted all the images that was there. So as you click the delete button, guys, the pages will also become less. So now you can see only this much of images are remaining. If you refresh the page, it will stay right here. So we are making a post request to the backend server where this image file will be deleted. So now we have deleted all the images right here. We can add images, we can delete images, we can list out images in gallery. So it's a CRUD kind of an application with pagination out there. So we have configured 4 images will be displayed on a single page. So you can see that. So now this is a complete application that I showed you. So in the next section, we will build out the backend for this application. Now guys, we will start building first of all, we will build the backend of the application using Node.js and Express. So I'm just basically in the directory guys pagination. So first of all, in order to initialize the Node.js project, you just need to initialize this command npm init -y. So this will basically initialize your package.json file guys. So simply do that npm init -y. And now we need to install some modules guys. First of all, we need to install our server, which will be built using the framework called as Express, as you all know. Then we need to install CORS module guys. CORS is basically necessary guys if you want to allow any front end to access your API that you are building. So CORS helps you to allow access. If you don't use CORS, then you will get a cross origin resource sharing error, course origin error. You need to use this module. After that, we will use the Multer library in order to upload image files in our backend server. So this library is required, and that's all. So these are the three libraries which are required for this purpose guys. Simply install them, and now inside this you will basically see uh, these three libraries will be there. So these are the version numbers you can just see here: CORS, Express, and Multer. So we are using these three libraries. After that, you just need to make our index.js file. This will be the actual backend server which will be running for this application. For first of all, we need to import the Express library, and now we just need to make a simple Express app which will run on port number 5000. You can just run on any port number. So we can simply say that app is listening on port 5000. So you can just start your application guys, nodemon index.js. So you will see that app is listening on port 5000. So after this guys, what we need to do, we also need to import some more modules. The path module, which is a built-in module inside Node.js, you need not have to install it. And CORS, we also need to require CORS module as well, and also Multer. So all these packages we are requiring it guys, that we have installed. So first of all, we need to apply our CORS middleware for every request now. So we can apply this middleware using app.use function. Just call this function, which is CORS module. So basically it's a function, middleware function, that we need to apply using app.use. That's all. So after that guys, we also need to import our file system module in order to access our file system in Node.js. It's a built-in module. After that, what we need to do, we just need to use express.url encoded. So this is necessary guys because we will be receiving files in our backend server in order to delete them or in order to upload them. For that, we just need this body parser middleware. So express.json. So these two lines are necessary for that. And after that guys, we just need to, inside our directory, we need to make a public folder, and inside that public folder we need to make a uploads folder. So here we will be storing all the image files which will be coming from the Angular front end, which the user will select all the image files, and when they click the upload button, all those image files will be stored inside this directory. So after that, we just need to set the public directory as static. So how we can do that in Express, we can basically say that express.static. So there is a function out there, express.static public. So this will set this public directory as static, and that's all. After that, we now need to basically make some routes. So first route we will basically make guys to return all the images which are present inside the public slash uploads folder. So whatever image files is present, we need to return to the user. So how we can do that? App.get slash API slash images. So we will basically make a backend route. So if the user hit this route, then we will return all the images which will be present inside this public slash uploads folder. So we just need to read the directory, guys. So for reading it, we will use file system module, and there is a function out there, read directory synchronous. So we will actually use this function. There is also this function as well, read directory. We will use this function, and here we need to pass the address of the directory. So we need to pass public/uploads, and then this returns the number of files which are present, guys, here. If any sort of error take place, we can console log the error message. If no error take place, we also need to return a status of 500 to the client that some error take place, error in reading the image files. So if no error take place, guys, in that case we will have a else block, and right here we will actually filter out only the files which are only images. For doing that, there is a function. As you all know, guys, files is actually an array. So let's suppose if you have files which are not image files, you need to filter out. For that, we have this filter method. It's a JavaScript method which allows you to filter out files. So we will only allow files which ends with, there is a function inside JavaScript which ends with, so here we will say only .jpg, and we'll use the or operator, file ends with .png. So basically this is a condition that we put, guys, so it will only return all the images which are present, and after that we will send out as a JSON response by using response.json. We will return two properties, the actual data, which will be the images array, and the second one is the length property. So length property is actually the number of images which are present. So images.length, images is basically an array. We will calculate the length of the array and return the length as an argument. So here we are passing two things right here in this object, guys. So this is the first route that we have written inside our backend API. Now, guys, we just need to use first configure our Multer middleware. Configure Multer. For configuring the Multer, guys, as you all know, in Multer we have a function called as disk storage. This takes an object and destination wherever you need to upload your files. So we need to upload files, guys, inside the public/uploads folder, and then it takes the second argument, which is the file name, request file callback. So inside the file name, guys, we will actually call this callback function date.now, and we will use the path module to include the extension name as well, file.original name. That's all. So this is our storage object which is configured, guys. Now we just need to make a variable upload, call the Multer constructor, guys, that we imported right here, and here we need to pass the storage object which is storage, like this. So that's all, guys, that we need to do right here. After that, what we need to do now, we now need to make the request which will actually upload the files. So here I will simply say this is the endpoint for uploading the files. So here we will say app.post request. This will be a post request. User will submit the form, and whatever files the user select, we need to upload them. So /API/upload, and then we will simply say upload.array. So there is a function in order to upload multiple files, or in this case a single file. So in this case we need to allow user to upload multiple files. So first argument is the name parameter. This you can give anything. I will give images, and then how many maximum number of files the user can upload at one time. So I am just putting a restriction. The user can only select 100 files at a time. So this is meant by that. And then there is a callback function which will execute. So here we can simply return response.json, a success message to the user that images uploaded successfully. So if you don't know about middleware, guys, middleware comes in between the request. So whenever user hit this route, this will be executed first, not this message. This middleware will execute the images will upload first of all, and then this message will be returned to the user. So here, this is called middleware that we write in between the request. And this is a post request, guys. Another post request we need to write here, which will handle file delete operation. So let's suppose if the user clicks the delete button, then another post request will happen, which will go to /API/delete route. So now we need to delete that image file the user has selected. So we can extract the file name. So this will be coming request.body. So inside request.body header, we will basically pass our file name. Whenever we start coding in Angular, we will actually pass the file name which we need to delete. So that's why we use this two middlewares, guys, app.use express URL encoded and express JSON. So these two lines are required for this. If you don't write those two lines, we can't use request.body. And now we just need to put the path here. We will use the path.join method, dir name, and then we will say that public/uploads and actual file name. This will be the complete path, guys, address. And now using that address, we can delete the file. So unlink, we'll use this method to delete the file, pass the path here, file path. And if any sort of error take place, we can say so the file will be deleted. So after that, if any sort of error take place, we can say response status 500, error in deleting the image. So if no error take place, in that case, we can simply say response.json image deleted successfully. So that's all, guys. This is all the backend code that you need to write for this application. That's all. I have shown you step by step. So now, guys, we will build out the front end of the application. In the last section, we build out the API, backend API. You can see that basically. Here we will store all the image files we are storing. This is our index.js. So we have written all the methods which will be consumed by this React.js front end. Now we need to make this React.js project. For building React.js project, guys, here we are using Vite. Vite is basically a development environment which makes it very much easy to develop front-end applications such as Vue.js project or React.js project. You can simply install this globally inside your system. There is a command. You can go to the documentation, click on get started, and you can simply install it inside your command line. So I have already installed it, guys. So it has its own Vue CLI, Vite CLI. So with the help of that, you can create projects. So I have already created one project, guys. So inside this project, if you see, it's a very simple project. You in the package.json file, if I show you, basically we are using this two libraries which are react-paginate. You can see the page version number that we are using. This is a pagination library. The second library we are using is the Axios. Axios makes it the HTTP request, guys, to the backend API. So these two packages are required. You can simply install them using npm i Axios and react-paginate. So you can see, guys, these are the two libraries you will need here. Simply install them inside this command. After that, you just need to start your server. Simply you can start this server using npm run dev. So this will start your dev server. So you will start your server. Hello world will be shown to you because I haven't done anything in this project. So in app.jsx, we are doing this like this. You can see that. So I've just copy pasted the CSS styles, guys, which I will use for this project. So if you purchase the full source code, guys, you will get this CSS code. Uh, this tutorial is not about CSS. That's why I'm not writing CSS step by step. So the source code will include all the CSS. So now let's get started, guys. First of all, we will declare some variables, state variables. For that, we will use the hook images, set images. We will use the useState hook. This will be imported right here at the top. So this will be a array, guys, where we will store all the images. The current value for this array is empty array. The next one is the current page for the pagination. And similarly, set current page, and the initial value for this will be 0. And then we will have the variable for total pages, set total pages, and again we will use the useState hook. Initial value will be 0. And then items per page, so this will be a constant value, guys. Here you can assign any value, how many images you want to show per page. I want to show 8 images, so I will put the constant value right here. So now, guys, we will have the use effect hook. So this hook, as you all know, guys, whenever your page loads, this hook execute. It's a life cycle hook in React.js component. Every time your application loads in the browser, this hook will execute. So here what we need to do, guys, we need to call a method which will fetch images from the backend server. So the dependency will be empty. So this function we need to make, guys, which will actually make a Axios call to the backend API. So this will be a arrow function. So inside this function, guys, we need to simply make the fetch call. We can directly use the fetch here, and then the address of the backend API. So it is running on localhost 5000 /API /images. So in the last section we build it. It returns a promise. So we can need to first of all convert that into JSON. Again, it will return the response. Now it will return the data to us, and we can simply console log the data. So what it will do, guys, if I refresh the page here, so our backend API is running here. You will see it is running in localhost 5000. We already made a simple route /API /images. You will see it will basically return all the images which are present inside this folder. It will return two properties. First is the images array, and then it will return the number of items which are present, number of images, the length property. So currently it is 8 images present. So if you just refresh your browser, go to your console, so there will be an object which will be returned to you, guys. It will see 11 images are present. Sorry, length will be 11. So this will be returned to you. Basically, it will be an array of images, each having its own address out there, name of the image alongside with the extension. So this is exactly what we want, guys. After we got this, we now just need to set this variables. So we will first of all set the array of images by using the hook function, and set total pages as well. Set total images, which will be, so this will be set total images. Total images will be equal to data.length property. That's all. So we can even catch some error if any error take place. So we can say that. So that's all, guys. This function will execute every time your page loads in the browser. So after this, guys, what we need to do, we need to simply write some JSX here. So here we will simply write some JSX. So in the div section, we will simply have a heading which will say here image gallery. And after that, we will basically have a class which is we have defined in the CSS image grid. And this will be displayed images. So what will be the displayed images, guys? We just need to declare some variables out there. First one will be page count. So these things we just need to declare right here in the app right here whenever we declare variables. So one such variable will be, we need to calculate the total number of pages which will be required for the pagination. So I will declare it as page count variable, and here we will just use a simple math formula, math.sil total images divided by items per page. So it will convert this into a floating point value. It will round it off using math.sil, and after that we will have two more variables. First will be the starting index. So this will be current page multiplied by items per page, and then end index. So this will be starting index plus items per page. And here we will say displayed images. So here it will return the array. Here we will use the splice method, and we will splice the array using the start index and the end index. This will be an array here. Here this variable, we will use this variable inside our JSX. We will loop through this array, which is displayed images dot map image index, and inside this, guys, we will say close the div, and basically here we just need to initialize the key here, which is index, and class name will be equal to image item, image source, http localhost 5000/uploads. So here, as you all know, guys, we are storing the images in the uploads folder. So then we can simply write here at the rate the dynamic variable, the image. We can even give it an alt parameter as well, which is just don't give alt parameter, that's all. If you just refresh now, guys, you will see automatically all your image files will be shown right here. If you see, so only 3 images are showing right here, guys, because we have configured. If you see, length is 11, but the images are showing, only 3 images are showing right here. You also need to have rest of the images as well. So just wait here. So after this, guys, we need to have the pagination component. So inside the pagination component, guys, if you see, we have this div class. Okay, after this div, we will have another div which will be pagination. So inside this, guys, we will actually have react-paginate. So this component will be imported from that library that we have installed, which is react-paginate. And this library takes some options, guys. So we will initialize all the options one by one. First option is takes is the previous label. So this will be equal to previous, and then next label is will be equal to next, break label is equal to dot dot, break class name will be equal to break me. So if you just see, basically we will have this buttons out there, previous and next, which will be shown right here in at the bottom screen if you see. So after this, guys, what we need to do, we will need to initialize the page count, which will be equal to the page count. Margin pages displayed will be 2. Page range displayed will be 5. You can customize all these values, guys. It totally depends upon you. On page change, basically it's a function. Whenever you change pages, in the pagination, we will initialize this function handle page change. Here we need to define this function right here, handle page change. So whenever your page has been changed, guys, we simply need to, whatever is the selected page, this will be coming as an argument automatically using this library. We can simply set the current page using the hook function, selected page dot selected. That's all. So if you just refresh now, we will have two pages out there. If you go to the navigate to the second page, nothing will be there. If you want to go to the previous page, if I refresh here, you just need to refresh your application, guys. Just refresh it. So only three images are present right here. I think something is wrong out there. Inside the object, if you see, like, guys, the length property, we are returning 11. So 11 images are there, but only three images are displaying right here. So I think something is wrong right here. Let me fix it. First of all, let me complete this. Then we have container class name. This will be equal to pages pagination, and active class name. This will be equal to active. So now you can see it will be vertically aligning, guys, horizontally aligning. This is your previous button. This is your next button. And these are the pages which are there, if you see. The thing is wrong right here. Let me fix it. Set total images. Total images divided by items per page. Page count. Let me see, guys, what is the problem here. At any time, guys, you can cross check by printing out the value, which is page count. If I see, page count is 2 pages. So because we are showing 8 images, if you see 8 images per page, that's why 2 pages are calculated. So page count value is correct. Now let me see displayed images. Displayed images. Let me decrease this value to 4. So now you can see 4 images are displayed right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you go to the second page, nothing is displayed here. If I go to the third page, so there is some kind of problem out there. We are not handling correctly. Let me check here. Handle page change. Set current page. Selected page dot selected. Let me just console log this value. Selected page. So if you click on console, basically go to the second page. So it is saying selected 1. If I go to this one, selected is 2. So the value is printed, guys. If you see, if I basically select any page out there, the value is printed out. So now, guys, the error was fixed right here. Basically, no error was there in the code. My internet connection got lost. So if you just refresh now, you can see all the 11 images are displaying right here. So 8 images are displaying on a single page. So if I go to the next page in the pagination, the next 3 images will be shown right here. So total of 11 images are there. You can go to the second page, one page. And you can even basically modify how many images you want to see. Let's suppose I want to see only 3 images per page. So now automatically it will calculate the total number of pages which will be required. So if I go to the second page, the next 3 images will show, third page, fourth page. So this is your pagination component, guys, that you're seeing right here. Now we need to basically have a delete button as well after each button, after each image. So we need to have a button here after each image. So we will have a button here which will have delete functionality. Button delete. So once you click this delete button, guys, we will give it a bootstrap class btn danger. So we will have a on click listener to this button. So whenever you click this button, this function will execute delete image. So here we need to pass the actual image which is clicked by the user. So here we are passing the reference. So right here we just need to make the method delete image. So it will basically expect that image that needs to be deleted. And now to delete that image, guys, we will actually make now the Axios call. So just import the Axios library from Axios right here at the top. And Axios has basically a method, guys, post. So here we can basically make a post request to localhost 5000/API/delete. And here we can actually pass the file name parameter to be the actual image. So it will actually return a promise, guys, dot, then we can handle that. And then we can simply refresh the page by window.location.reload. So this will automatically refresh the page after the image is deleted. So if you see, guys, now if I click delete, the image will be deleted. And now you can see only 3 images are remaining. And if I click delete 2, 1, and no images are now remaining. So if you cross check now, go to this public uploads directory, it is empty right here. No images are present. So we also have this delete button as well. So now, guys, we just need to make a component for uploading the images as well. So just make components folder and right here make image uploader.jsx. So right here we will make a functional component, guys, like this. This is a little bit shortcut that I'm using in Visual Studio. There is a extension which lets you generate React functional components. And right here, guys, we will actually make a state variables for this. This will be selected files, selected files. This will be a use state hook. We will use empty. Inside this, we will have a simple form. Here we will allow the user to actually upload the file. So basically here we will have a simple input field, input type file. Multiple, we will allow multiple usage. User can upload multiple images. We can assign an on change event handler. So whenever the files have been changed, we will execute this function handle file change. So button, we will give it a class name btn primary. This will be upload, that's all. So if you now need to include this component, just go to app.jsx and right here simply say image uploader. So it will be imported from components image uploader. And if you refresh your application, so I think if I handle file change is not defined, so we just need to make that function handle file change. So inside this we will simply say set selected files e.target. files. And now guys, what we need to do basically, in the button, so we also need to give it a on click event handler when we press the button. So we need to execute this function handle file upload. So once the button has been hit guys, this function will execute handle file upload. So if you see, basically this will be the form right here, image gallery form. Currently you can see you can choose files. To make it functional, we just need to make now construct the form data, new form data. We can use a for loop here. Selected files dot length I plus plus form data dot append images and selected files I. So one by one, we are appending all the selected files in the form data object. Now using this form data object, we can actually make a post request to that route HTTP localhost 5000 the backend API slash upload, and then we can simply pass that form data full object. So this will actually return a promise guys dot then we can handle that. A response will be coming. We need to convert that response to JSON. Sorry, response will be coming, and here we can simply say your image files have been uploaded successfully. We just need to refresh the page. So window.location.reload. So that's all guys which is required for this application. And if you select now multiple files, it is again saying Axios not defined. Sorry, we just need to import Axios package. So now you can see that guys, your files have been uploaded. This is, if you check in the directory, you can see all these image files have been uploaded to the backend Node.js Express server, and it is showing it in the pagination right here if you just refresh. So this was the tutorial guys, how to paginate your images, and this is a complete CRUD kind of an application. We can delete images as well. Click on the delete button, your image files will be deleted. You can see that. So just click the delete button and all the image files will get deleted. You can see that individually. You can see only one file now remaining. So if you need the full source code guys of this application, the link are given to get all the backend and the front end code. You can directly purchase it from PayPal in United States dollar, or you can go to Stripe and purchase it in Indian rupees. Both the links are given. So thank you very much guys for watching this video. Please hit that like button, comment on this video, how you like this video. And I will be seeing you in the next project.